Hello everyone, this is Yatin Vulecha, an engineer turned candle maker and owner of my new baby venture, V Candle Supplies. So this is another one of those late night working session for me, and while working I thought of recording about a video. So in this video I wanted to discuss about the 3 tools where you need to spend a little bit more money in order to be more productive. So the reason I wanted to make this video is because what I have observed is that sometimes people try to be a little bit stingy while spending money on tools. And in business it's a good habit to save money, but there are few places where you cannot do that, where you need to spend a little bit more money because it will be good in a long run. So right now I have these 3 tools in front of me which are very essential for candle making. This is a laser temperature sensor by Fluke, which is a very good company, and this is an amazing device. It can just read about the surface temperature in an instant, and which is a very good thing. And there are some basic temperature sensor or I would say thermometer available in the market, which sells for about I guess 200, 300, 400 as well, but they take a lot of time to read the temperature, and sometimes the accuracy is also the concern. And as a candle maker, a good temperature sensor is a must have, because you need to ensure that the wax is at the right temperature to be able to add oil in it or to pour it into the jar. So in that case, when you're making a large batch, you need a quick temperature sensor. Otherwise you will just keep on waiting for the thermometer to read the correct temperature. And it's when you're making candles on daily basis, it will get frustrating. Trust me guys, I have been there, and that's why I moved to this particular sensor, and this is very amazing. And number 2, we have a scissor. Trust me guys, this is one of my favorite tools. Exactly. When I started candle making, I started with I just picked up a basic scissor, and the reason because I didn't know it back then, I just picked up a basic scissor, the last scissor which we get for around 40 to 50 rupees, and I was just started using that to cut the wicks. And for a week or two that scissor was fine, but after a week or I guess 2 weeks, it was a pain. It was a pain to it was I was not able to cut the thread. I just just look at this. This is a very sharp scissor, and all you need to do is just snap. You can just snap the wick like it's a piece of paper. Just look at this. But if you try to do this with a cheaper scissor, this is a very cheap scissor, this is a 10 rupees scissor, and the scissor that I was using initially, same thing started happening with that as well after 2 weeks. Just look at this. It was a pain to be able to cut that thread. It was trust me. And right now the wick, the thread is in my hand, and now just imagine try to trim the wick trim the wick in the candle, and it was very frustrating. And while making large batch, not even large batch, even a smaller batch of 10 to 20 candles, it was just a pain in the ass. So that's why I moved to a better scissor, and this is not an expensive scissor. This cost me around 80 rupees, and it has around if you're using it on a daily basis, it will give you around 3 to 4 months before it loses its sharpness. But it's very good till now. I have used, this is my second scissor till now, and this is a very good tool, and you will find it almost at every I would say stationery shop. I have seen them a lot, so just go for these. This is very good. And also in this example I would like to show a nail cutter as well, because sometimes people use nail cutter in order to cut the thread. Or so see, this is also not a very good option. Either you need to buy a very good quality nail cutter, or just go for a good quality scissor itself, because you won't be able to make candles like this. So moving on, what we have here is a heat gun by Black Plus Decker. I would say just go for this brand with your closed eyes. You don't need to research anything, because this is an amazing heat gun, and this has a very long life as well. I have been using this from last 1 year, and you can just look at it, look from the condition itself, that how often I'm using these, but still it has given me a very long life. And the reason you need to go for an expensive heat gun like this is because, you know, once I bought a very cheap heat gun from the local market in Delhi. I bought that as a, you know, I would say, I mean, I was surprised that they come in cheap price as well, so I just bought it. And you won't believe, once I started using it, in just the first try itself, I might have used it for about 2 minutes, and suddenly it just bursted in my hand. The whole motor started smoking, and it was I was lucky that I didn't get injured. But that is the reason you need to go for a trusted brand. Otherwise, this is a very risky tool. You can even burn yourself. If you can even burn your skin if you're not careful with it. And trust me, I have burned myself a lot while using this particular tool. And now just imagine using a cheap heat gun and having it facing a risk of getting it blast in your hand. It is very risky. So that's why do ensure that you are spending a little bit more money to buy a brand like Black Plus Decker, in order to ensure safety of your hand as well as your eyes, because most of the time people tend to slouch a little while using it, or while melting the surface of the candle. So these are the 3 tools that I wanted to discuss in this video, that where you need to spend money in order to ensure better productivity and better safety. So this is Yatin Maricha signing out. Bye.